The Southern Heights done. I think it's time for plot to occur. Oh boy, what's that? Maria! Being chased by the Black Arms! Like, what were they gonna do? I guess... We need your DNA! Not on my watch! I think it's cool these... Yeah, Shadow, show the black aliens who's boss. Booyah! But also, Shadow thought, you know, the figure of Maria here was not real, but, she is real.
Maria.
Shadow!
Oh. Shadow doesn't really know how to react to this, because...
Thank you, Shadow.
Even Shadow has reservations of,
Why did you learn to fight like that?
You know, it's weird. He doesn't really answer Maria's question here, but...
Point in time before the Ark disaster. Perhaps I can change their fate.
So Shadow, yeah, right here, Shadow kind of feels like...
You look grim. Are
Because
you all right?
Gerald Robotnik and Maria here are here
We'll all be
before the gun
Once
raid
I
and everything,
survive,
before
I'll take care of
you know, everything went down in 50 years ago. So these guys, so this Gerald and Maria, they don't know that they're going to get shot and killed by gun. These people were just here before, you know, before the time and everything. I decided we're some kind of tempo anomaly. There, I thought it'd be there not to activate two major elements to prevent a paradox from occurring. But you've been acting rather boldly, so perhaps I'm being too cautious. I'm continuing to study the anomaly. If I find anything permanent, I'll inform you right away.
Very good.
Be careful. Shadow, why did you become so strong and confident? It's been 50. I can't say nothing. If I say anything, that'll affect them.
Shadow?
Please be careful out there. Those aliens are fearsome. They're not too hard. Just have one homing attack to the face will do them in. The problem that I have with Maria and Gerald here, that they have very low bearing in the story, despite the fact... Yes, see right here. You were all just getting comfortable in the Ark when all this happened. How about the staff are doing okay? They all really warmed up to you. Yeah, really, except for the gun employees there. That was not... That's not very present on that front. You know what? But, yeah, but this, Gerald and Maria, they are beings out of time. They don't know, like, Gerald doesn't know how to reprogram the Ark to make it crash and everything, and not really, tell the, Gerald, just don't go up to that other castle there where it says the bio lizard on there. You'll thank me later. Like Gerald's right about basically messing with the elements here and being a time paradox. Just because, because he can enter those gates and actually see the bio lizard, and realizing, this is what I made? How did I make this? I don't really want to. But even though, technically, Gerald already made the bio lizard way before Black Doom ever entered the scene. So, it gets to that point in time that Gerald might, it's funny, what's weird about this though, as I was thinking about it, I was looking at other Let's Plays of this game, and they all came up with sort of the same conclusion, that the events of this game is why, Shadow the Hedgehog happens. It's knowing about what happens in Sonic Adventure 2, of Gerald's actions. Because later on, Gerald will say, don't tell me anything that you know of what's going to happen to us. Because we'd rather not, make a time paradox or anything, That's the thing, he doesn't want it to be told. Like, Shadow's like, maybe I can change their fate. If I tell them what happened, then, they won't be killed, And, like, that's weird for Shadow, because, as we all know, Shadow really doesn't care much for much people, except for maybe E123 Omega and Rouge the Bat. That's like what he counts as his friends for the in his current timeline. But I just kind of feel like, you know, when he sees Maria here, he's feeling a little bit more vulnerable. And it's like, maybe I can, you know, he generally wants to help save, you know, he generally wants to save Maria and Gerald Robotnik from, you know, the firing squad. Oh no! Why did that button not go down? Game, you'll let me go up there. No? Oh, I have to take out the long way, of course. I can't take a shortcut until I actually get up there personally. Now, let's go this way. Yeah, we have to do more challenges, so yeah, I just... That, you know, seeing this game and seeing what Gerald's reaction is, basically, you know what? I don't want to know anything about the future. Because at least I know about the future, the better. Even though that starts Sonic Adventure 2, Shadow the Hedgehog. I mean, literally, that's what that happens. And it's, I guess, kind of scary in that regard, but... Ow! I thought I jumped over that. Give me that ring. There we go. Cursed spike balls. They always have to add challenge to the game by saying, you want a challenge? Ow! A ring! One ring to rule them all, Shadow. I was like, you really don't want to boost in this level. But, to be fair, if you boost in this level, you might actually complete the stage better! As I get knocked down and killed right off the bat. Alright, come on, you guys. Let's see what happens. Let's go. We gotta get challenges done so we can get to our next boss. We go like that. Now I did that with easy. Second time's the charm, I guess. Oh, oh boy. Ow! I know. Basically, me trying to collect that. Okay, that key right there is kind of a pain in the backside to collect. Because it just, you don't really have that really good opportunity to go and collect it in an easy manner. Alright, let's go grab this. I'm grabbing as many as I can if I can see them, but I'm just going to avoid this one now. I've tried a couple of times. I have it in my main file. It was a pain in the backside to collect, but I got it anyway. We'll go through here. And go up and around on the boost rails. Woohoo! Oh boy, oh, there's that ring over there. Ooh, let's go here. Ow! Oh, I thought I could dodge bullet boost into that, but I couldn't. Ah, come on, Shadow. Fine, I'm not getting the S rank now, so I might as well go get this coin regardless. Go get the coin, Shadow. I don't want to get the coin, but you left me with no choice. There we go. That stage is kaput. Alright, time to go after the other one and see if we can get that key. Beware the spinning spikes. What does this stage have to do with spikes? I think that's like Sega's thing. It's like, if I want challenge in the stage, add spikes. It makes no sense. That was like the Sonic Unleashed adventure packs, which was like harder versions of current stages, but all they did was add spikes everywhere. Jump right here, do a bit of a risk, and jump right here and get a nice beefy shortcut for us.
Out of my way.
Go right here. Go like that. That's fair. Shadowhead gets a lot of hang time, let's be frank here. A lot of hang time. And it's really cool to see how far Shadow can go to break the level in half. Go up right here, we grab that coin, and you can basically skip the challenges. This is actually one of the easier challenges later in the game. It's like, that's weird. As long as you just, you know, take your time and get those shortcuts, boom, you got that stage done with an S rank. No problem whatsoever. And getting my ring. Oh, I can't reach it in time because I'm not close enough. We'll activate that switch right there. Oh, meanwhile, I'll collect this bad boy while we're at it. Nice artwork. Nice Sonic Adventure 2 representation. You know, it would have been cool that, like, if you got the DLC of the game, like the deluxe edition, like you get Shadow's beta skin, which is called Terios, I think is what it's called. I'm like, I see the skin and I'm like, it looks alright, but it's obviously nothing comparable to what Shadow looks like now. I want to know what Silver looked like, honestly. What was Silver's beta skin? We haven't got that yet. We won't know that until we get to Silver Generations, 10 years down the road, I guess. For this stage here, we have to avoid the Eggman pawns, but they're mostly a tool for us to open up the pathway to get us through. Not much of a challenge in this stage. It's more of complete this and this, hit the buttons here at the right point in time. You get to the next part of the stage, collect the coins, and be on your way. Again, it's not a very challenging stage. Because you can go right here, knock all these enemies out. Go right here, now you can now be fully ahead here. So grab that coin and be done with it. Yeah, and like, it's not a challenge. The count is a challenge stage. This is not a challenge. Maybe it's because Sonic Forces wasn't even a challenge at all. Maybe that's the case, right? Oh, yes, I know, game. I'm going after the boost rings now, which is the next stage here. And then we're gonna get these boost rings and we'll be on our way. Yeah, just like before, like in Rail Canyon, we have to do this. You have to follow a certain amount of dash rings in order to actually get like all the collectibles, because you only have one chance to collect them, which is weird for a game of a challenge of this sort. Still want the lore behind these dash rings, though. But they never tell you how they do this. And they're like, Eggman's like, these things, like these agents, they somehow can foil my plans because they have these dash rings that Sonic and his company can use. Very annoying indeed. I must find a way to defeat these rings. They'll shoot up everywhere. And with that, that's all the challenges for Sunset Heights. Now we have to go to Kingdom Valley and complete those challenges while we're at it. So, I guess we'll head off that way. Let's okay. Oh, I got a button. Got a button. That button does. Okay. I have no idea what this spring takes you to. Like, it just takes you into there, into the Eggman Springs, which means absolutely nothing. Like, why? Why do that? Anyway, we'll head off to the Doom, the challenge over in Kingdom Valley. Let's head over there. Well, you know, and truth be told, there is a fast travel feature. You can mitigate the distance, but you know what? Do you have anything to tell me? No? Okay, dang it. I thought you did. Oddly enough, though, Kingdom Valley's challenge gates are right next to each other, so it's like not a hard time to get to here. It's weird. Alright, now we gotta learn how to use Crashing with the Surf. We have to surf our way to victory and destroy enough boxes to win the day in the end. There we go. Get these boxes right here again. Also, with the Doom Surf, every time you do these back and forth boosts everywhere, the Doom Mantis basically push you in that particular direction. So bear that in mind. Oh boy, no! I didn't mean to hit that, but that's okay though. I wanted to hit these boxes before I get to the end of the stage or I fail this. No! Ah! Come on, hit these ones right here. There we go. Yeah, it's like, if you miss a few of them, you just go right through the end, like, well, if you miss here, we'll have one batch here, one batch of boxes over here, and all of these at the end, so that you can't fail the challenge. It makes it weird, like, why is it a challenge in the first place? And to be fair, I do like these challenges more than the challenges of Sonic Generations variety. Yeah, defeat the Espio with this move or something like that, or, Alright, let's go. This time we have a ring challenge. We have to get it on rings and complete the stage in the amount of time possible. There we go. We jump off right here. And go right there. We get those rings right there. And we can get ourselves a shortcut to the tower that we can see right here. Go down right here. And now we can boost our way up to the top, baby. Woohoo! Now this challenge, now dropping here is a little finicky. But the game actively gives you, hey, you should go with, oh, how did I miss that? How did I miss that? That is so shocking. So you can dive right there and get the last minute effort to get this eagle, and that takes you to a better spot on the stage to get more rings. Like that.
This is the ultimate power.
There you go, like that.
Faster.
And go faster. And do a little bit of this. There we go. Chaos control for the win, baby. Just within 2 seconds left to spare to get that S rank. Awesomeness. Why is it that I have the most fun with Kingdom Valley? I have no memories of the stage at all, because I've never played Sonic 06. But still. At that point though, it's like, it's just Sonic 06 stages in the boost form that just works so well. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Sonic 06 being remade in boost formula mode. I wouldn't mind that at all. The game might actually be better in that regard. At least it'll be good in Silver's case, because man, Silver, oh man, I keep hearing horror stories of Silver in Sonic 06, and it's like, I mean, that's really sad for him that he has like the worst moveset in the game. Also, the speed is really bad for him. There we go. Grab that coin right there.
No!
No! Curse that jump. Why is it that pillar always gives me trouble? It's so annoying. Jump up here. Grab these things right here. Like, I mean, I tell you, we're going to get a Silver Generation eventually. And all the stages are going to happen from Sonic Rivals, Sonic 06, Sonic Forces. and somehow we're going to get a Kronos Island from Sonic Frontiers in the mix. Just because they need the stages. I would not be surprised. I said this in the Sonic plot, but it's like, what would be a good, what would you want in a Silver Generation? At least for stages. If you ever played any of the games in the era where Silver has been in, I'm like, so what? We get Flame Core has his base starting level, and he has to go after Mephiles. But Mephiles is here though, like, oh, curses, right? Yeah, well, that ain't gonna happen. It would have to be the Eggman from another dimension. That would be the case, I think. But, I digress, right? Alright, we got that challenge. We'll get this challenge right off the bat, like so. And we'll grab this key and we'll go to the boss. Destroy the egg gunners within a set time limit. There we go. Boost away. Booyah! Oh man, this stage is like the simplest of the bunch, because it's just really... We go like that, right there. Go. They go like this and go upwards. Huzzah! You egg gunners! Yep, they're so uninspired though, I've noticed. I mean, Sonic 06 was the most, the game of the year of all time, but still, I kind of feel like all of his Eggman's design of robots were just very, very, very generalization, military grade machines instead of his own egg pawns. Though I wouldn't mind seeing a Sonic 06 remake, and then eventually get on the Switch too. And by that logic alone, it would be totally down to having it, right? Yeah, for sure. Then Sonic 06 will finally be on the Switch. Nintendo will finally get a piece of the puzzle, Alright, we're gonna go after a little bit of challenge groups here because we got all the challenges, so we have to get up there. Let's see if we can get a shortcut up there. If we can't get a shortcut up here. I don't think we can, though. I could just jump over there, but I probably can't make it there. Ah, I have to take the long way? I know, I'm pretty sure I could probably do the time warp. Oh, actually, no, we've beaten some sages. Let's see. Does Big the Cat talk anything? I know, like, around this time, he tells you about Soleana. Or maybe that's after.
Hey there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so it is after you beat the boss of this area. You go back to Saint, talk to Big and the other characters, and you'll get more dialogue. Oh, that way, you know, it's funny we can spend that time and basically see what E102 Omega's doing. He ain't doing much of anything, right? We'll see what he's talking about for a while. Then we can go to the boss, because he's got something to say to us. What do you got, Omega? What do you got in terms of it? Let's see.
Shadow.
Warning. Metal Overlord contains a copy of life form data. You can also perform chaos control and neutralize your power. I recommend you attack directly and quickly. So he knows what the next boss is going to be. You spoiler! Metal Overlord, an upgraded form of Metal Sonic. In the past, we showed him mercy. We were all weapons of Dr. Eggman, pawns in his schemes. Do not repeat past mistakes. Destroy him.
Observation.
Sure. Observation. Metal Sonic is the only Eggman creation on par with Sonic. I will prove to be the most powerful robot. Do I prove by this by destroying Metal Sonic or Sonic? Perhaps both. Current mission must take priority. Maybe we'll finally get his side of things, and that vortex is getting rather anomalous. Sounds like we're gonna have to hit that stage eventually at some point or another. Now, to be fair, you can that's the DLC level for the Sonic 3 movie. So I'm gonna hit that stage after we get done with Metal Overlord. So off to our next stage of Metal Overlord. Yeah, because now this boss that we're gonna come up to is a pain in the backside to S rank. For one particular reason. You will have to somehow not get into a sector of there's some, you know, different parts of the boss fight you must find to get to. You must somehow skip a particular point of the boss just to get the S rank, and I will try to show that off. So let's get to our next boss fight. Wait, where's my other key? Right? Oh, I did not collect the key. Oh, dang it! I forgot to do challenges over there. I was so hammered in my discussions, I totally didn't even get the keys. I got tangent by no game. Okay, that's it. Give me my keys. That's funny. I just completed the challenges and didn't even bother to go after the keys. There we go. Got the keys. No, I don't want it after you. You can fly around, Notes. I don't care for you. I want to go after Metal Sonic right now. Metal Overlord is what he wants to call. Let's go after him now, because that will help us continue on with the boss. But yeah, his boss fight, you have to skip a phase of the boss fight to get S rank. If you don't do it, you fail getting S rank. I'll tell you, it's a pain in the backside to do. You know, just from that alone. Oh, I have to go up the long way. Fine. And, no, I didn't do this just to pad out video time. No, what would get you that idea? I have to edit out most stuff anyway. Alright, now we've actually got all the keys. Let's go after Metal Overlord. And Metal Overlord is next. And, well, I hope you like Doom Surf, because this entire boss fight is nothing but Doom Surfing. They had to make sure to give the boss the ability some love, and well, technically this boss fight happened in the sky, so this time how we're on the water this time around. And to be fair, Metal Overlord looks so good in this game. It really does. Woo! You want to take me on, Metal Overlord? Alright, let's tackle ya. Also, I love this music track, What I'm Made Of. I may have not gone to the final boss in Sonic Heroes, but I heard this song over YouTube and everything. This is like one of the best songs I like listening to. So in order to harm Metal Overlord, you have to dash into these debris. Now, in order to skip a particular portion of the boss fight, you have to go against conventions. So the game will say like, oh, jump on this metal ring here, you know, you'll get a lot of boost and everything. No, avoid it. Just avoid it, get hurt, and go after the debris you see before those rings. And to keep your, there we go. So now you have to do this. Like if you do it just right, at the very end of this phase here, you should go into the second boss fight and skip a portion of the fight. You have to do this if you want S rank in this stage. Also do this. This is worth it. You can do a lot of damage to the Overlord here with Chaos Control, despite the fact he knows how. There we go. We go here like that. And hit this right there. There we go. There's our S rank. Well, at least we have time to get into it. If you don't do it in time, you have to deal with some type of like electrical tail attack from him. So if you get his health down to half health before doing that, you skip a portion of the boss. And it's the only way to get S rank. Now you have to come here. Now you have to perform this flawlessly. So now he's gonna do Dead Man's Folly. He got that from Ganondorf apparently. He's been playing a lot of Zelda, I guess. In his downtime between games. So now we have to jump and do... Also, when you're doing the dash move in the air, you have no control of yourself, so bear that in mind. There we go. Now, you might be thinking you want to use Chaos Control here. No. Hold off Chaos Control to the very end of the boss fight, and that will basically give you a guarantee. After this, actually. You think you can get me? I'll use the Doom Spears. Oh, like you could. Now you just now do it here. And then all these debris right here, and booyah! That's in the boss fight, right there. I've played this boss fight so many times now, I have this thing down optimized. Booyah! You are the imposter, Metal Overlord. Huzzah! Booyah! Knock it into the middle next week. And he is gone. And that, my friends, is how you get S rank in Metal Overlord. Now try that in hard mode and you'll see how you do there.